Welcome to a journey through ancient lands and remarkable achievements. Today, we'll dive into the entire history of Egypt, one of humanity's oldest and most fascinating civilizations. Our story begins around 5000 BC, along the banks of the Nile River, where early Egyptians built small farming villages. The fertile land provided by the annual flooding of the Nile allowed agriculture to thrive, and in time, these villages united to form the world's first centralized state, ancient Egypt. In approximately 3100 BC, a leader named Narmer, also known as Menes, unified Upper and Lower Egypt, establishing the first dynasty. Narmer wore the double crown, symbolizing the union of the two lands. Egypt's history was now divided into periods, starting with the Old Kingdom. During the Old Kingdom, around 2600 BCE, Egypt saw an era of incredible monument building. Pharaohs like Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure commissioned the Great Pyramids of Giza, and the Sphinx was carved from a single piece of limestone. These structures were not just tombs. They represented the pharaoh's divine power and connection to the gods. Egypt's stability was briefly interrupted by a period of chaos, known as the First Intermediate Period. But in 2050 BC, the Middle Kingdom began, marked by the reunification of Egypt under Pharaoh Mentuhotep II. This era saw an explosion of literature, art, and trade, as Egypt expanded its borders and connected with neighboring lands. Egypt's strength was again challenged around 1700 BCE, when the Hyksos, a foreign people, invaded and took control of the Nile Delta, but the Egyptians eventually overthrew them, marking the beginning of the new kingdom in 1550. BC Egypt's golden age. The new kingdom saw powerful pharaohs like Hatshepsut, one of the few female rulers, who promoted trade and led building projects across Egypt. Akhenaten tried to revolutionize Egyptian religion by promoting worship of a single god, Aten, but his changes were quickly reversed after his death. His son, the young pharaoh Tutankhamun, would later become famous due to the discovery of his intact tomb. Then came Ramses II, or Ramses the Great, who ruled for 66 years and left an indelible mark on Egypt, known for his military campaigns and monumental structures, like the temples at Abu Simbel. Ramses II is often remembered as the last great pharaoh of Egypt. Following Ramses' reign, Egypt began to weaken, losing control of its empire and facing invasions from the Assyrians and later the Persians. By 332 BCE, Egypt was conquered by Alexander the Great, beginning the era of Greek rule under the Ptolemies. The last ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty was Cleopatra, who famously formed alliances with Julius Caesar and later Mark Antony. Her ambition to restore Egypt's glory was thwarted by the Romans, who defeated her forces. After Cleopatra's death in 30 BC, Egypt became a Roman province, marking the end of ancient Egyptian rule. Under Roman rule, Egypt continued to prosper and later became an important center for early Christianity. By the 7th century CE, Egypt was conquered by Arab forces, and Islam quickly spread across the land, forever transforming its cultural and religious landscape. Egypt's story continued through centuries of different rulers, from the Mamluks to the Ottoman Empire, and later the British occupation. Egypt finally gained full independence in the 20th century, becoming a republic in 1953. Today, Egypt stands as a symbol of endurance, a land that has shaped human history and continues to captivate the world with its mysteries and achievements. From the age of the pharaohs to the modern nation we know, Egypt's journey is one of resilience, ingenuity, and wonder. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Egyptian history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more historical explorations. See you next time.